together. Today, I'd like to introduce some special guests we have here with us today. Lane Larson, our superintendent. Janice Shulgren, City Board of Education. Dave DeBoe, he is our mayor of Brainerd. Damian Williams, he oversaw the construction. We have some special teachers with us today. Jean Martin. An amazing former retired teacher that I asked to stay and not retire, Jeff Ramey. Amanda Langland. Hannah True. We've watched Hannah grow. She was a student here at Riverside, became a paraprofessional, then she became the secretary here at Riverside, and now she's student teaching at Riverside. Hannah True. I had the opportunity to meet a very amazing lady who was a parent here at Riverside, and then she became our nurse, and we absolutely loved her. And then she became our president of our PTO, Erica Cole. Reed Thiessen, where's Reed? Reed, oh my goodness. You'll get the opportunity to meet Reed. He oversaw the project. If I called him at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night or 6 a.m., he answered his phone because he wanted Riverside to look beautiful for our students and staff. Reed. At this time, I would like the Riverside staff to stand up. This is an amazing, dedicated staff that has the patience to go through construction. They are a family. They work together. They help each other out. They are very, very dedicated to our students here at Riverside. Can we give our staff a warm welcome? At this time, let's all stand for the pledge. I have two students, Leah and Hayden. Please come forward. Students, I'd like your attention, please. Thank you. Leah and Hayden.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Riverside Elementary School creates positive relationships by being respectful and responsible to ourselves and others.
Thank you. Stay here, students. At this time, we're going to sing the Riverside School Song directed by Cody Ewald, our music teacher. Cody, take it away.
With a hoot and a holler, we
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ewald. Our fourth grade students are on the risers because this is their last year here at Riverside, so we want to have them as special guests. Our fourth grade class. Thank you, you guys. That was wonderful. I want to introduce our school board members that they are here with us today and thank them for the amazing building project. Ruth Nelson, Charles Blacklance, Charles, okay. Jana Schulgren is here, Jana. Kevin Boyles, Tom Hagelin, and Sarah Speed. We want to thank our Board of Education. I have a very special Lane Larson, our superintendent. I met her 26 years ago, in 1996. We went to school together, and then we went different ways. And I just want to thank her for her dedication. She's the reason why I came to Brainerd. I heard what she was doing in Brainerd, her strong leadership, her dedication to students, to staff. And I wanted to be a part of this community. So thank you, Lane Larson. Jana.
Good morning. Good morning, students. Thank you for that awesome song, you guys, and all of you who sang along. Congratulations on this updated school. This is really cool, isn't it? Yeah? So would you believe it if I told you 13 years ago I had a little kindergartner here at Riverside? 13 years ago, and the school looked very, very different then. You guys are so lucky to go to a school with a new gymnasium and all these refreshed classrooms and a lunchroom that's just a lunchroom, you guys. Do you know who is probably most excited about that is your custodians. When my kids were little and went here, that was a lunchroom, and then they would hurry up and clean up all the food and put the tables away and put chairs out like this, and then we would come and watch programs for our kids. So I think it's really cool that you guys have spaces that are just for gym and just for performing and just for eating. So congratulations to you guys. You're really lucky to have that. Thank you, teachers and staff. I'm looking around and I could get a little teary-eyed like Principal Eller did because I see teachers here who are my kids' teachers and have really helped them grow up to be awesome young adults. And so if you guys get a chance, you always need to look around and thank your teachers and thank the staff around the school who are helping you every single day, because they have had to have a lot of patience with all the things that have been going on around here the last couple of years, right, teachers and staff? It's a lot, so thank you to you guys. I want to thank the community too. I see a lot of community members here, some probably who are parents and some who are here because you care about our kids and their education. And a few years ago, there was a big vote in our community, and we had to ask our community for extra money to do all of this awesome stuff. And I think that's such an amazing thing to think about, is that so many people went and voted that day because they care about you guys. Not just your parents, but other adults in the community cared that you had fantastic spaces to learn in. So a huge thanks to our community for passing this referendum. A couple things I remember about Riverside before it had the refresh. Like I said, the lunchroom had to be switched into a performance space. And when we were telling people a few years ago, well, some of our kids are learning in broom closets and things like that, that wasn't a joke. There were little tiny closet spaces in this school where kids were being taught reading, and they were neat spaces. The teachers did a great job of doing their best in those spaces, but we weren't joking when we said kids were learning to read in little tiny closets, and now you don't have to do that anymore. You've got awesome new spaces where you can learn, so we're really happy for you. Another thing that's neat is, did you know, students, that outside of this building, do you know that every single school building in town has either gotten refreshed or rebuilt? Did you know that? Yeah, some of you probably have siblings that are older. So do you know what's really cool about that? Is as you get older, you'll go to Forest View eventually, right? And then you'll grow up really big like my kids and go to the high school. So the whole way through, you guys, you get new, refreshed, nice buildings. It's not just here at Riverside. So you have a lot to look forward to as you grow up and move on to other spaces in our community. And I have to give my hats off to us as a district for how well we use our spaces overall. We need these spaces. Not only is this a great place for Riverside students, those 2 kids of mine that I told you about, just this school year, one of them has practiced dance. She's on the dance team. She practices dance in this gymnasium. And my son has come here and had golf practice. Remember when we had the snow and it would never go away, it felt like? The golfers were in this gym practicing because there was too much snow outside. So hats off to our community and our school leaders for really figuring out how to get the most we can out of all our buildings. It's not just awesome Riverside students who get to use this space, it's the community and it's the older kids too. So I want to thank my fellow school board members and thank all of our district leadership. There's going to be a lot of thank yous coming up specifically. I see Mitch from High Tech, and I know there will be a lot of those specific thank yous coming after me. But I'll just wrap up by giving a thank you again to Principal Eller for awesome leadership and to our teachers and staff for really sticking with it and just getting through this building project and everything else the last couple of years has thrown at us. Our students are better for it, and I can tell you that personally because I have one about to graduate from high school and one who's about to start driving, and you guys made a huge impact on their lives, so thank you so much.
Good morning. I didn't hear you guys. Good morning. All right. My name is Damian Williams, and I'm the project director for ICS. ICS oversaw the design and the construction of the Riverside Elementary School. We've been working on this project for 2 summers, and we want to acknowledge some really important people in the audience that really helped with construction and with design and construction. We have JLG Architects. We got Adam Barnett. We have Erica Markison, Tim Ramerth, and Lindsay Krins from Widseth. Lindsay's in the audience. Lindsay, if you could raise your hand. CMTA, Joel Peck and Ken McCleary, and then Northland Consulting, Mark Udd. We have our ICS construction team here as well. We have Mark Needham, project manager. Mark worked really hard on this project. This was one of his first projects with us, and he did a terrific job. We also have Jesse Larkham, who's also in the audience. Jesse was here on site, and he was making sure all the contractors behaved themselves, followed schedules and whatnot. But as he pats one of the contractors on the shoulder in the audience there. I also want to recognize some of the construction contractors. We had a great team of contractors here. One thing that makes Brainerd's community so nice is that we have really good contractors that are local. We have Mitch Feuerben and Aaron Krins from High Tech. Aaron was the project manager for High Tech, so he was the one that was on site an awful lot. We also had Daryl Thomas from Anderson Brothers, Steve Isle from Thielen Heating and Roofing, and Micah Toffness from Holden Electric. Lastly, I want to thank the Brainerd School Board of Education. In the audience today, we have Janice Sjogren, Tom Hagelin, and Sarah Spears. We also have a past school board member, Sue Kern, is also in the audience. I don't know, Sue, if you want to raise your hand. I want to thank Lane Larson, our Superintendent of Schools. I want to thank Principal Dr. Sheila Eller, Reed TC, Director of Buildings and Grounds, Marcy Lord, the Director of Business Services, and the teachers and staff at Riverside School. And we want to thank the communities for Brainerd, Baxter, and Nisswa for saying yes to this awesome project. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ewald. Thank you, fourth graders. At this time, Jean Martin is going to come up. She's an amazing bio teacher, but also just an amazing person who absolutely adores working here at Riverside. She's like the right-hand person for all of us here. You would find her here at 6 a.m. setting up the gym for our students. And students, don't you just love Mrs. Martin? Yeah. Mrs. Martin.
So I get nervous on doing these things. I got cold sore for it, so thanks, Mrs. Eller. Good morning, Riverside, and welcome school board members, Superintendent Larson, Riverside families, and our community members that are here with us today. 33 years ago, I stepped foot into this school for the first time, and little did I know that I would be here for my entire career. At that time, I thought, wow, this is a great school with great staff and great kids. And I can honestly say that not much has changed inside the walls of Riverside. Well, maybe a little bit has changed. We got bigger, our school got bigger, our staff got bigger, and we had more students. And now we are one big, happy family. We all continue to come to Riverside with a grateful heart because now we have this amazing building, our amazing school, still an amazing staff, and the most amazing kids in the whole wide world. What has changed the most is the appearance of this building. I have seen and been through 3 big construction projects here, and each one of them was very needed. Many years ago, they built this gym, the 4th grade wing. We got a new music room and a few other classrooms. And 6 years ago, the 3rd grade wing was built. I can't believe it's been 6 years already. Just seems like yesterday. And most recently, this beautiful addition to our school. Upgrades needed to keep up with the growing and changing world, and we are lucky. On behalf of Riverside Elementary, I would like to thank our community for supporting us through all of the construction projects. We are so grateful for all the changes that have been made to this amazing school, and the last one being the biggest. We got a new gym that was very much needed, and to be totally honest, it was difficult being in a gym with active kids when computers and coolers were in the way. And now we have a great space. We have a great new gym. We have a separate cafeteria for our kids to eat. We have a nice kitchen for our cooks, an amazing steam room, and so much more. I remember music being on the stage during lunch. I remember small groups in locker rooms, and I would say it took a lot of creativity to still make great learning happen, and we did it with grace. Our learning spaces needed to be better for our students. They deserved better. Upgrades to these spaces were so needed, and if anybody walks into Riverside now, what you will see is what has always been. You will walk into this school, you will see the love we have for our kids. The hugs, the smiles, the laughter that our students fill these classrooms with is so awesome. This new and improved building we call Riverside was built for our kids, for you, because you deserve everything you can possibly have. You see, Riverside, this is an amazing gift, a gift that our community believed in our kids, our community supported our vision, and the kids are so deserving of these great learning spaces. And in conclusion, we, and I mean Riverside, would like to say thank you to the many people who had this vision that Brainerd needed to be upgraded, our old buildings, and then made it happen. I am proud of our community for rallying together for our kids. We are better because of all of you. Riverside staff and students, be grateful for what we have now. Without the support of our community, this never would have been possible. Thank you for believing in our kids and knowing with better facilities, our teachers and staff now have the resources necessary to create fun learning environments for our kids. And our kids are fortunate to continue learning in these great new spaces and classrooms. And we will keep growing and developing our great little humans that we can all be very proud of. We invested in our children, our future, and what an amazing gift we have given them. Riverside, would you please stand up? And let's show our appreciation to everyone that made this possible for you and for us. Thank you. Please be seated and welcome our next guest, my teaching partner for over 30 years, a guy that I am grateful for, Mr. Jeff Ramey.
A few weeks ago, Mrs. Eller called up and said, "Hey, I need a favor." And I said, "No, I can't sub today, I'm busy." And she said, "No, I need something other than subbing. I need somebody to talk about the history of Riverside. And since you're the oldest person that I know that has been around Riverside the longest, I thought you might have some thoughts." And I said, "Sure, that'd be kind of fun. It's always fun to reminisce." And as I was sitting on the chair, I was thinking back in 1987, where we're sitting right now, was a DNR property with 2 repair shops where they took care of vehicles and equipment. Where the hallway is out front of the gym was a road that stopped just before you got to the bank to go down the river. On the other side was Riverside School. The existing cafeteria was also the gym, was also the auditorium, was also the meeting room. There was one section of kindergarten, 2 first, 2 second, 2 third, one section of 4th grade, and one section of 5th grade. Things have changed. Since 1987, there have been 5 additions that I can recall, 3 major, and we've gone from a school that had under 200 students to a school that at many times over the past decade or so has been over 600 students. It has changed immensely. But what hasn't changed is the idea that this is for you guys and you guys up there. Back in 1987, I remember people were looking at our school district saying we're busting at the seams because Brainerd is such a wonderful community. People are moving in and we need space. And the people in the community voted to add on to elementary schools. And we were able to put on an addition that added classrooms down that way. And then we added this beautiful facility. This gym has been fantastic, a great place for us to play games and have fun for many, many years. And they continued to support to this point where this building is incredible. And it's all because of people who chose to give. And I see a lot of the givers out here in the audience. In fact, former Brainerd School District students and employees, would you please stand up? The adults that are native to Brainerd, that went to school here, whether it was Riverside or Baxter or the high school or things like that. Now, here's what you kids need to realize. This is you 20, 30, 40 years from now. These people have given to you. They have provided you with a great place to learn, to make friends, to grow. My challenge to all of you, especially you 4th graders now, you do the best that you can. Take advantage of the opportunities that are coming your way, and 20, 30, 40 years from now, when you're like these people, and our community needs help, you be the givers. So those people, stand up, please. You givers. All too often, yep. All too often we forget about the givers. Givers, thank you. Thank you for continuing to give to our students. When we came to Riverside back in 1987, somebody asked, well, how long are you going to stick around? I said, we'll stick around until it's time to go somewhere else. My family and I, we're still here. Thank you very much, and I'd like to introduce another giver, another former Riverside student and a current Riverside teacher, and also my daughter, Amanda Langen.
Good morning, everybody. Boys and girls, you're doing such an awesome job of being a respectful audience. Thank you so much. My name is Amanda Langen. I used to teach first grade the last 11 years here, and now I'm our building literacy coach and also a Title I interventionist. And I am representing our PTO. I am our secretary of the PTO, and we have the president of our PTO, Erica Coe, here as well. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who has supported the PTO and our building, our staff, and our students. The PTO has been a part of lots of different programs, events, and has provided lots of materials for the building. One that we're using right now is our projector. The PTO purchased the projector and was just installed a little bit ago. When you go out on the playground, we have a lot of new equipment that the PTO has provided. Some of that. We have buddy benches. We provided a lot of materials for the STEAM room, the beautiful new STEAM room that Mr. Hunter gets to use, and all of our students. We also provide a lot of funding for field trips and all of the busing. So PTO is involved in our building a lot, and we want to thank all of our staff, students, and our families for supporting us. And I just have to say that Riverside is the best place to work. Like my dad, Mr. Ramey, had said, I've been here my whole life, and the staff here is amazing. You students are amazing, and I love coming to work every single day. Our school board, our staff, just thank you, everybody, and I am so grateful to be working at Riverside. And our next former student at Riverside is Hannah True.
Well, good morning, everybody. For those of you who don't know, my name is Hannah True, and I've held many positions here at Riverside. From an elementary school student to a special education paraprofessional, secretary, and now a student teacher. One of my favorite quotes says, to inspire people, don't show them your superpowers, show them theirs. I believe that that is the epitome of why I am standing here in front of you today. As a former Riverside student, I fondly remember many of the memories I made here. Rollerblading in Mr. Ramey and Mrs. Martin's gym class, patrolling the hallways as a school patrol in Mrs. Holloway's class, learning how to type in Mr. Hunter's class, and building model rockets in Mr. Johnson's class. Many of these teachers are here with us today. And I think that speaks volumes about the amazing place that Riverside is. Many of these teachers have instilled in me a sense of purpose unlike any other. In 2 weeks, I will graduate with my bachelor's degree in early childhood education from St. Catherine University. I often wonder what led me to this path, but I don't have to wonder long. As I often know, without a doubt, these teachers brought me here today. As I've watched Riverside grow and transform over the years, I have met and known amazing teachers, paraprofessionals, and staff. I have also had the privilege of getting to know many of the families of Riverside. I can wholeheartedly say that Riverside encompasses some of the greatest teachers, paraprofessionals, students, and families. It has been a privilege to witness Riverside transform into the beautiful space and welcoming space that it is today. I firmly believe that the people in the heart of the school make it one of the very best places to be. To the community, the wonderful Brainerd community, I thank you. I thank you for providing our students with such a beautiful and inclusive space. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for providing our students with the opportunities to grow and learn to their fullest potential. Without saying, this is one of the greatest gifts you could have ever given them. I would like now to introduce two of our amazing fourth grade Riverside students, Adelia Lank and Samantha Ingrid.
We are here today to represent the students at Riverside Elementary School, and we are current fourth graders. My name is Adelia Link, and this is Samantha Imgren. We will speak on behalf of the changes to Riverside School since we began attending here in kindergarten.
Thank you all for coming and welcome to Riverside Elementary School. There have been many improvements to our school, and we would like to highlight a few of them for you today.
Our new entryway into the school welcomes us with a wide, bright walkway that includes our district logos and positive messaging. Our new commons area includes comfortable furniture, shelves of books, and green, healthy plant towers that occasionally feed us for lunch.
We are lucky enough to have the addition of the STEAM room, where we can explore scientific, technical, engineering, art, and mathematical creations. Mr. Hunter is the STEAM room coordinator and a wonderful teacher. He deserves a round of applause.
The cafeteria is no longer being used as a gym space. It's just for us to enjoy our breakfast and lunch together. We now have a sound blocking room for privacy and ceiling tiles to help make the room more quiet. And our wonderful cooks have a brand new kitchen. Students get a condiment bar, and the staff gets to enjoy a daily salad bar.
Riverside L is a newly built gym that helps smaller classes exercise and play. This way we can have 2 to 3 gym classes going on daily, all at the same time. The existing gym has a new and improved equipment room stocked with all the great equipment we use for the activities we play in gym class. The walls are repainted and the floors refurbished. We also have a state-of-the-art sound and projection system used during large group assemblies like this one.
Let's transition to the kindergarten, first, and second grade wings. These classrooms and hallways were given more space, new lockers, and flexible furniture to help meet the needs of all learners.
Our Riverside Library has new comfortable seating and always new books. Thanks to Miss True for always making sure we have the most recommended reading materials in our Riverside Library.
We are thankful for all the new Riverside playground equipment. We have added new swings, a slide, ladder, and monkey bar system that helps us have fun and grow stronger each day with play. We have friendship swings and a zip line to play alongside our friends as well.
We are very happy and thankful for all of the improvements that have been thought through and created for all of us for us and all of the future students who attend Riverside Elementary School.
On behalf of the students and staff at Riverside Elementary School, we want to thank you and the community of Brainerd Baxter for committing to these and many more improvements here at Riverside.
Thank you. Yep, we're good. Thank you. Well, they did a better job of explaining my speech than I was going to do. Good morning, everybody. My name is Reed TC, and I'm the Director of Buildings and Grounds for Brainerd Public Schools. And not many people probably know what that means, but myself and my team of custodians, we get the privilege of taking care of and maintaining all of the schools, playgrounds, and sports fields throughout our district. So I have a question for all the kids. Who here knows Mr. Ryan, our custodian? Can we raise our hands really quick? Can we do a quick round of applause for Ryan and everybody that take care of our building? So besides taking care of our building day to day, we get to interact with all of our design team and our construction crews and administrators as we created these new amazing spaces over the last 3 years. So as others have mentioned, Riverside was a little bit unique. It has had many additions to it, and it was a newer school compared to Harrison and Lowell, but I think we all agree that it was showing its age, and we were outgrowing it just like many of you probably outgrow your favorite pair of sneakers. So that's why the district decided and the community decided that we needed to make some change. Rewind to just a short couple years ago when the project was created, we addressed all of the deficiencies throughout the space, including new gymnasiums, steam rooms, cafeterias, and many, many more, which our students did a great job of explaining what that means and what it means to them. So I want to talk a little bit about what we did across the district as well. Here's a few fun facts. We've worked on 13 schools. We've remodeled over 270 classrooms, not including sped rooms or office spaces. We've built 11 full-size gymnasiums, 12 cafeterias and kitchens, 2 pools, a performing arts center, and we've worked on over 1 million square feet across the district. And we wouldn't be able to do that without our amazing design team. And so I personally want to just run through and thank them again for the work that they've done. So to ICS, Dave Bergeron's not here, but Damien, Mark, and Jesse, thank you guys from ICS for the day-to-day work on these projects. To JLG, our architects for this job, Adam, thank you. To Dan and Ross as well, thank you to those guys. To Widseth, again, Lindsay, Tim, Erica, and Brady, and all the others from Widseth that are here, thank you being a partner with the district across all of our projects. Again, to CMTA and ARI who did the furniture design, thank you. Also, to our community and public sector partners, the City of Brainerd, the Police and Sheriff's Office, the Fire Department, thank you to all of them for supporting the schools and the school operations. Now to the people who really actually did all of the work. I have 13 contractors on here, and Damien mentioned them, but I'm going to call out a few specifically that are in attendance today. High-tech construction. Thank you guys, Mitch, Brenda, Tony, Aaron, everybody from the high-tech construction team. You guys have worked on many of our projects, and we appreciate the partnership that we have with you as a community company. So thank you. And to all of the others on here, Anderson Brothers, Cullinex Dynamic Sports Construction, Gull Lake Glass, Holden Electric, MCI, Peterson Sheet Metal, St. Cloud Acoustics, Summit Companies, Thielen Heating and Roofing, TNT Construction, and Wells Concrete. Those are all the contractors that worked on these schools and across these buildings. So I want to ask the kids a question. How many of you have parents that work in construction? Can you raise your hand? Do your moms or dads work in construction? Do they build buildings or work on things? I want you to do me a favor. When you go home tonight, will you tell them thank you? Thank them for all the hard work that they do when they go to work every day. They might work on a school. They might work on a road or a hospital. It's something to be very proud of, and it's so needed in this community. In closing, Sheila, thank you for working with us through this process for the last 2 years. It's been my pleasure to work with you. You've been fantastic. To the staff and students of Riverside Elementary, enjoy your amazing new facility. Thank you.
Good morning, boys and girls. How are you today? Wow, you have been doing such a great job. It is so much fun to be here today to welcome you to the grand opening and the dedication of the new Riverside Elementary School. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lane Larson, and I'm the Superintendent of Schools. And we have had so much fun the last 2 weeks going around to the buildings that Mr. TC just talked about and having grand openings and dedicating those facilities. Our community's partnership and their investment in our children, our future, continues to amaze and to inspire me. It's been exhilarating for Brainerd Public Schools to be having this project and these dedications this week. But today is Riverside Elementary School's special day, and I'm honored to stand before you. A little bit ago, I mentioned the word partnership. And today I want to talk about partnership because, as all the speakers before me have mentioned, it took a big partnership to make this happen. From our students, our staff, our community, our business partnerships, our Board of Education, and everyone coming together, thousands of people, all of our contractors, and the people doing the work to make this happen. But today I want to tell you a story about partnership that goes back about 26 years ago. And it's a short story about your principal, Dr. Sheila Eller. As she told you a little bit ago, she and I have been friends for many, many years. Ms. Eller and I completed our postgraduate work at St. Cloud State University together, and that's where we met. We received our administrative degrees so that eventually, someday, we could be a principal and a superintendent at Brainerd Public Schools together. During the 2.5 years that Ms. Eller and I were working through St. Cloud State University, like I said, we became great friends. We worked in small groups on cooperative partnerships where we did our projects together. We networked professionally from the schools that we were in at that time. And we even stayed at the same hotel, so in the late nights, we could be partnering to prepare our presentations together while our families were at home and we were in school. During those 2.5 years, we became lifelong friends and educational partners in this process. When our degrees were completed, Ms. Eller said, "Come on, Lane, let's go and do our doctorates together." But for many reasons, I just didn't feel that I could do it at that time. I had 2 little girls who were growing up at that time. I was a family and consumer science teacher and the head of the student council at Bagley High School at that time. And I felt some of the financial strains that I didn't feel that I could do my doctoral work at that time, but I'd put it off and do it a couple years later. Little did I know that 6 months later, while she was busy back at college, I would be diagnosed with breast cancer. While I battled cancer, Ms. Eller was working in the background to provide partnerships and support for me, her friend. During both of my journeys with cancer, she would send me letters. She would call me on the telephone. She would send me Christmas cards of her beautiful and growing family. And she even grew out her lovely long red hair, real long during that time. Months later, she called me up and she said, "Hey, Elaine, I cut my hair." I said, "Really?" And she said, "I did it for you." She said, "I donated my hair to Locks of Love in your honor." And I cried, as I am today, because I will never forget that act of kindness because of the partnership that we started back 26 years ago. Dr. Eller is an awesome leader, a great partner and friend, and she was always looking out for someone else. And she gave her hair so that some small child could have a wig during their battle with cancer. Knowing that I had Sheila and many wonderful friends, colleagues, and family members supporting me through that journey helped me, and that we were partners during that process too. Today, 26 years later, we are still educational partners, and we get to dedicate Riverside Elementary Schools and the remodels for Brainerd Public Schools together. Little did we know at that time that we were warriors then, and we are warriors forever. This morning's ceremony is a reminder. It's a reminder of the public display of the many successes that we achieve together when we work in partnership, when we work with our friends in the classroom, and our teachers working together to provide the best educational opportunities for you in our school. For our school board and our community dedicating time and resources to make sure that we have success for our students. And for our community coming together and our business partnerships and our contractors, everyone working in partnership to provide opportunity, innovation, and success for every one of you, our beautiful children at Riverside Elementary School. The Riverside Elementary School's construction project is a result of our community's unwavering commitment and partnership to provide the best teaching and learning environments possible for our kids. Reaching this milestone today is only achieved through great partnership. It is the Warrior Way. Thank you everyone for being here today, and at this time it is my honor to introduce all of the Riverside Warriors who are going to sing "Don't Let the Music Stop." Today in our dedication ceremony, we get to unveil the bronze plaque to a historic artifact that will hang in the Riverside Elementary School for the duration of the history of Brainerd Public Schools and Riverside Elementary School. At this time, it's an honor for me to invite the 4 practitioners who are going to be retiring from Riverside Elementary School today to unveil the plaque. I call Jean Martin, Robin Hummer, Principal Sheila Eller, and Jean Gessel forward. As they unveil the plaque, this plaque, as I said, will be displayed with professional photographs out in the very front lobby of Riverside Elementary School. At this time, please unveil the plaque. Woo! And on this plaque, you're going to see a number of names and organizations who have been partners in this process. And again today, I want to recognize, and I ask these people to please stand when I call your name, the Board of Education, Chair Ruth Nelson, Vice Chair Charles Blacklance, Clerk Janice Shogren, Treasurer Kevin Boyles, Director Tom Hagelin, and Director Sarah Spear to be recognized. Please give them a round of applause. Also, I want to recognize the past board members who were instrumental in helping to make the decisions to make this building project happen. And in our audience today is Sue Kern. Please stand. Please acknowledge Sue and Robert Nystrom, Reed Campbell, and Chris Robinson. Also, as I always say, it takes the right team at the right time. And I look around here today, and I know that we were the right team at the right time to make this happen. But there are many administrative partners that I also want to recognize. When I call your name, please stand. Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Heidi Hahn. Principal, Dr. Sheila Eller. Past Principal, Mr. John Clark. Our Building and Grounds Director, Reed Teesey, and Jeff Layton. Director of Business Services, Marcy Lord. Our communications people, Anne Marie Locker and Carla Axelson, and our technology coordinator, Justin Barnhart. Please give them a round of applause. I'm also honored to work with the best in the business, those who publicly acknowledge their commitment to children every day, our awesome faculty and our staff. Last week was National Teacher Appreciation Week, and at Riverside Elementary School, we understand and we recognize that everyone is a teacher. As Hal Bowman once states, in the very best schools, like Riverside Elementary, in the very best schools, everyone in every position is a teacher. There are dozens of job titles, but they all share the same role, and that is to change a kid's life forever. Thank you to our teachers for your many, many partnerships in this process. Let's give them a round of applause. We also know that none of this would be possible if we didn't have these beautiful, beautiful children that we get to teach every single day. Let's give our kids a round of applause. Yay. And I too will do this very quickly, but I want to thank our design teams. ICS, our friends at Anderson Brothers, at Widseth, JLG Architecture, High Tech Construction, Thielen Heating, Holden Electric, and many, many more for making this a reality. Let's give them a round of applause. And to the members of our awesome community, the people who came to the polls on April 10th, 2018 and said yes to support our kids. Thank you to the Yes Committee, Kim Ellingson, Christy Ramler, Sarah Spear, Janice Shogren, Jessica Gangle, Brad Mao, and Warren Larson for leading the charge, asking our community to say yes, and they did for our kids. Let's give everyone a round of applause for being part of this partnership. So with no further delay, let's cut the ribbon. The final step in the official dedication of Riverside Elementary School. At this time, I invite all the present board members and all of today's speakers forward, and I ask Adalia Link and Samantha Ingram to come forward, and you get to cut the ribbon today on behalf of Riverside Elementary School. Please come forward. And when this is over, Ms. Eller will give us our final thank you.
Once again, I want to thank everyone for being here. To our special, special students, you are amazing. Follow your dream, follow your heart. Always remember to give back like our community here gave to you. Thanks again, everyone, families and parents, to the Board of Education, Lane Larson, and to everyone here today. Thank you so much for being a part of Riverside and our community. Thank you. Have a fabulous day. Enjoy the building. Go on a tour. Thank you. Did you get a picture of that? Did you get a